So what we are going to do is we're going to hand it over back to Toastmaster Yatish. I think I'll hand it back to you. We're going to have a quick mock debate by contestants who have already prepared before on a topic. And then after that, there will be a quick evaluation by me. And if there are additional grounds for grounds, it seems. I think Divya's protest is in my head. If there is any other questions that are in your, that you feel to ask, please go ahead and do so. So that's it from my end. Yatish, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Stephen, for that wonderful session. Can you have a big hand? Yes, as he mentioned, I have a big crush on him. When we decided like we need to do this education session, the only person I remembered is Toastmaster Stephen, and he instantly agreed. And as he said, I listened to his sessions multiple times in the past, but every time whenever he's on the stage, he's brilliant. Okay, now let us quickly move to the next segment in the meeting, which is going to be a mock debate session. This session is going to be led by one of the senior Toastmasters in our area, DTM Gigi George. He is part of Emerson Toastmasters Club. DTM Gigi George, this virtual stage is yours.
Hey, thank you, Atish. Hope I am audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Thank you, Atish. And great session, Toastmaster Stephen George. I think this is, I'm listening third time. I still have your presentation as a reference document in my inbox, which helped me to perform a couple of debate contests. So it's a simple tricks and easy to understand. And I still remember when I was doing a closing speaker, I put two buds in my eyes. Yes, I did not follow the other opposite team's points. It's very good points, I think. I'm not going much about how important is a debate session is, because it's already covered by my previous speakers. Now it's time to witness a mock debate. So this will give a better idea what Stephen was explained so far and how the two teams are performing. And first of all, thank you for the opportunity. And once again, I welcome you all to this great debate session. So first, let me introduce both teams into the floor. First, representing the proposition, the four teams are opening speaker, Toastmaster Arya Chitra. Can I say hi? Arya
Hi,
Chitra,
good evening.
Good evening, okay. Rebuttal speaker is Toastmaster Smitha Vaidya.
Good evening, Mr. Gigi.
Thank you. Closing speaker from team A is Toastmaster Ajay Sharma.
Yes, good evening, Toastmaster Gigi, and good evening, everyone.
Thank you, team. And representing the opposition or against team are opening speaker Toastmaster Mridul.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
A rebuttal speaker Toastmaster Ramaprasad.
Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Is your video is on? Yeah, okay. Yeah. And closing speaker Toastmaster Tariq.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, good evening. Okay. On behalf of the House, I would like to express a sincere welcome to the both teams into this great debate session. Please note, 3 minutes will be allotted to both opening and rebuttal speakers. And after 3 minutes, or on completion of 3 minutes, your mic will be muted by Zoom Master. And the timers, please note, timing for the opening and rebuttal speaker will be green light on 2 minutes, and yellow light on 2 minutes 30 seconds, and red light on 3 minutes. And 2 minutes will be allotted to closing speakers, and your mic will be muted on completion of 2 minutes. And the timing for the closing speaker, green light on 1 minute, yellow light on 1 minute 30 seconds, red light on 2 minutes. And there is a 30 seconds time for our evaluator to mark points. 30 seconds is fine, Toastmasters?
Toastmasters, just to save time, just go ahead immediately to the next speaker. Okay,
Okay,
there's no need of 30
okay,
seconds.
okay.
Also, just to make things a little bit more, because it's a mock debate, let's just give Srijesh, let's just give 10 seconds grace period after red. And if the person exceeds the 10 seconds, go ahead and mute the person. Let's just give 10 seconds grace, okay, for that closing state. Okay, all right.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster. Let me clarify. 3 minutes you will get a red light. In another 10 seconds, your mic will be muted. For the closing speaker, 2 minutes you will get a red light, and 10 seconds for a grace period. After that, your mic will be muted by Zoom Master. So today's our, let's call Chief Judge or Evaluator will be Toastmaster Stephen George. And now it's time to begin our contest. Toastmaster Prasanna Kumar, Zoom Master, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
And timer, Toastmaster Srijesh Pillai.
Yes, Toastmaster. Yes, DTM GG, I'm ready.
Okay, thank you. Since both teams and entire stage is set for the debate session, now it's time to begin the contest. And the motion for today's debate contest is artificial intelligence is a threat to humanity. Let me repeat. Artificial intelligence is threat to humanity. Now, I would like to call the first speaker from the team A for the opening speaker, Toastmaster Arya Chitra.
Good evening.
Oh, over to you, Toastmaster Arya Chitra.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
We as a team strongly believe in the motion. Artificial intelligence is a threat to humanity. Webster Dictionary identifies threat as a statement of intention to inflict pain, injury, damage, or other hostile action on someone done or not done. To further prove our motion, here are the 4 facts. First, bias discrimination. Gabriela Ramos, the Assistant Director General for Social Human Sciences at UNESCO, in her article dated April 2023, emphasizes that AI technology raises deep ethical concerns. She highlights the potential of AI to perpetuate real-world biases and discrimination, exacerbating divisions and jeopardizing core human rights and freedoms. Second, job displacement. Report by Global Outplacement and Career Transitioning firm Challenger Gray and Christmas Corporation attributed AI to accounted for 3,900 jobs lost only in the month of May 2023. This positioned AI as the 7th largest factor contributing to employment reduction during that period. This could result to economic instability, social unrest, and threat to humanity. Third, security risk. Terrence Jackson, Chief Security Advisor in Microsoft, states in his article dated April 23, published by Forbes Salesforce survey, states that 71% of 500 senior IT leaders postulate that a generative AI introduce new risks to data. As AI evolves, it could be exploited by malicious factors conducted by cyber attacks, spread disinformation, or even control physical systems like autonomous vehicle or critical infrastructure. This security risk could be far more reaching and dangerous. Third, uncontrolled autonomy. Mario Granis, co-founder of VR Brain, with her 15 years of tech space, states that controlled AI systems have potential to perform autonomous and unintended actions or make decisions that conflict with human values, endangering human lives. AI will be unequal, unemotional, and dangerous to humanity. That's why we would like to urge the House to vote in the favor of the motion, artificial intelligence is threat to humanity. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chitra, for your remarks. Now it's time to call upon opening speaker from the team B, Toastmaster Mridul. Toastmaster Mridul, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. Over to you, Toastmaster Mridul.
Yeah. Good evening, members of the House and Toastmasters. I would like to begin with a simple question. What is this AI? I do not know what is this AI. Published by the Sage, 43% of people in US and 48% of the people in UK do not know what is AI. So AI is a trick. In 1980s, when computers were introduced, there was computers will replace people. In 1990s, when Wi-Fi was in carcinoma, that is cancer. But today, most of the people can't live without Wi-Fi and computers. AI. Today, the most complex surgeries are performed by robots. And what is the output? Reduced blood loss, reduced inpatient stay, enhanced precision, and doctor will still sit in the OT and input the commands. And the simple example is the Galaxy smartwatches, what you wear. It gives you an alert for irregular heart rhythm. What is the output? You can go to the ER, get an ECG, the life is saved. Is saving lives, threat to humanity. Next is moving on to AI in agriculture. AI in agriculture is market in agriculture is expected to increase by 1.7 billion in 2023 to 4.7 billion in 2028. This is according to the research by Markets and Markets. The AI robots have developed transformative ways in how to irrigate, how to harvest, and how to plant the crops. And this has resulted in a reduction of the water utilization by almost 90%. And this is contributing to the United Nations Sustainable Goal 12, that is responsible consumption. And this transformative techniques, in addition, have resulted in reduction of the production prices of the crops, which has resulted in food becoming more accessible to the consumers, which results in achievement of another United Nations Sustainable Goal 2, that is zero hunger. And AI robot Vision RTK Fusion helps farmers to distribute food to the areas where there is scarcity in the event of drought or famine. So to conclude, with saving lives, eradicating hunger, responsible consumption, all these factors, I think, conclusively contribute to the fact that AI is not a threat to humanity. Over to you, Toastmaster. Over to you, moderator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mridul, and for your remarks. And now it's time to move to rebuttal session of this mock debate. Now, I would like to call a rebuttal speaker from team against, that's Toastmaster Ramaprasad.
Yeah.
Hello, Ramaprasad. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Stage is yours. Over to you.
We wanted to definitely conclude the House to agree that AI is a threat to humanity. We are against this motion. Let me conclude with my rebuttals in all the 4 points given by our worthy opponent. Let's say bias discrimination, where it is not bias discrimination. Today in this world, black and white problem is there. There is no way. Men and women have problem. You know that women are paid less than men. When there is no AI, it is happening. It has nothing to do with AI. Discrimination is part of life. It is part of things going on. So we cannot say AI is responsible for that. Now, the second point, job displacement. Okay, the jobs, somewhere it is lost, somewhere it is gained. So if you look at it, people thought when computers came, people all will lose the job. You know now how many computer engineers are there? 53% of the entire workforce uses computers. There is no way to live without that. So this is all a fear of unknown. That is what is going in the people's mind. And the third point, which is said, 71% of generative AI is cyber attack. Okay, without generative AI, there is no cyber attack. I don't understand this, because cyber attack is another way of human mind's way of expressing themselves that they are greater. This has nothing to do with AI. It is the way that human beings have grown. And one more thing, human beings can come out of any difficulty. They had so much time from the time of ice age to till today. We live in the world and we always evolve. We are better than human beings, and that's we are better than the computers. That's why we are again and again coming out challenging even the AI. Who created the AI? It is the human being. So human beings can manage the threats and existential threat when it comes. Last one that I wanted to say, uncontrolled anatomy. See, it is like this. It is a tool. You have a knife to cut the vegetable, or you can cut your finger with a knife. It is nothing to do with the knife. It's the problem of the user of the knife. So, which is always the human being. So, if it is so, you can say that you can cook a meal in the microwave, or you can cook the man in the microwave. It's up to us how we use it. So, we strongly want the house to be in favor of AI, because every change in the world has brought only good things. You know how many people died 150 years back out of hunger? Today, it is far less. Why? Because the technology has brought the changes, and the people simply fear the technology, say no to everything. So we want house to, in conclusion, we want the house to conclude that AI is not a threat to humanity. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramkumar, for your comments. And now it's time to listen the rebuttal speaker from Team A, which is 4. I would like to invite Toastmaster Smitha Vaidya onto the stage. Are you ready, Toastmaster Smitha?
Yes.
Okay. Over to you, Toastmaster Smitha.
While the opposition may continue to argue that AI opens the door to world of benefits, what they don't seem to understand is they are getting pulled by this black hole, the true black hole the AI is, which has the capacity to disrupt, decline, and cause of humanity as we know it. Even though our opening speaker does not know what AI is, we recently had a new AI Act which banned certain categories of AI, generative AI with high-risk areas, which spoke on racial bias, which spoke on cognitive decline. He spoke about the benefits AI provides in medical field. Trust me, I don't want to be operated by a robot. I still prefer to be operated by a human person who knows me better than a machine can. Just imagine, if there is a system failure, who are we going to pin the blame on? The doctor who was not involved in generating those diagnostic models, or the IT guy who doesn't have any idea about the medical field itself? He talks about irregular heart rhythm. Trust me, the error percentage in the data that is shown even in an even the Apple iPhone comes with warning saying that this is not better than a doctor's ECG report. He speaks about environment benefits in AI agriculture. Do you know the amount of electricity that is utilized for generating just one AI model? It is equivalent to using the fuel in aviation industry. Is this the kind of tool we want to use to protect our environment, to fulfill our sustainable goals? Definitely not. The fact that we have an AI Act which recognizes that AI today is an existential threat to humanity should itself put the debate to motion to rest. We need to acknowledge, that fact that AI is an existential threat and find measures to control it, we will end up in the black hole that AI is. Back to you. Moderator.
I thank Toastmaster Smitha Vaidya for her remarks. And now we are moving to the final session of this mock debate, which is concluding session. So let me call upon the summary speaker from team against Toastmaster Tariq onto the stage. Toastmaster Tariq, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Over to Toastmaster Tariq.
Good evening, everyone. Over the last few minutes, we have learned why AI is beneficial to the humanity. And after hearing the arguments put forth by our opposition, they have failed in showing us why AI is bad for us. On the other hand, and as discussed by my colleagues, Toastmaster Mridul and Toastmaster Ramaprasad, things or inventions like computers and Wi-Fi were first feared by people when they were introduced. And nowadays, we are using them every day throughout our lives. In fact, this meeting is being held through computers and Wi-Fi, things that we feared before. Likewise, the AI in field like agriculture, where it contributed through the AI robots. We expect that the growth in agriculture will go from 1.7 to 4.5 billion, all thanks to the AI. And when we travel from one place to another place using an airplane, we put our trust to the pilot. But little do we know that we also put our trust to the AI, as we call it in this case, the autopilot. I would urge the House to vote for the motion that AI is beneficial to the humanity and not a risk to the humanity. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tariq, for your remarks. And now we are moving on to the final or ultimate speaker of today's mock debate session, that is Toastmaster Ajay Sharma from Team A, which is talking for the topic. Toastmaster Ajay Sharma, are you ready?
Yes, Toastmaster GG, I'm ready.
Over to you, Toastmaster Ajay.
First of all, good evening to everyone who's participating and not participating in the debate. I would like to go for the motion very strongly and vehemently that artificial intelligence is a definite threat to humanity. As my fellow Toastmaster teammates have put forward very valid and factual points based on bias discrimination, which have been substantiated by UNESCO Assistant Director General, okay, which is an authoritative speaker, and also on job replacement, which is a factual statement that 7% job losses are happening in as recent as May 2023. So we can imagine the job losses in future. Security risks are definitely there, as has been very, very rightly put forward by my opening speaker. And uncontrolled autonomy. How can we pass on uncontrolled autonomy, which would definitely be conflicting human decisions? And further, by my rebuttal speaker, as she said, that we're talking about knowledge of AI, and we already have laws on AI which are there to prevent any misuse of AI laws of AI. And then the robots, yes, we cannot definitely be comfortable having robots being used in medical or any critical areas of operation worldwide. And yes, the smaller, the agricultural advantages can definitely not be taken into account, keeping in mind the energy resources that is being used. As she said, that it's a great amount of fuel which is used in aviation is being used for the very small energy savings. And then we're talking about, yes, an AI Act which is being put forward, and it would not have been possible to have that AI Act if we were not seeing it as a threat to humanity. We are definitely moving into a black hole situation as far as a threat to humanity is concerned. So I strongly and vehemently believe and request all the judges to go for the a motion that artificial intelligence is a definite threat to humanity. Over to you, the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ajay Sharma, for your remarks. With that, we come to end of this great debate or mock debate session between Team A and Team B. So I request everyone to give them a big round of applause for their wonderful performance. Once again, that concludes the debate session. I would like to express my sincere thanks and congratulations to both teams for their wonderful performance. By this note, I declare that the debate is come to an end, and over to you, Toastmaster Yatish Gowda.
Thank you, DTM GG, for flawlessly conducting the mock debate session. And thanks to all the participants who have participated in the mock debate. The team from SSY Toastmaster, Toastmaster Arya, Toastmaster Smitha, Toastmaster Ajay, and team against from Dreams Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Mridul, Toastmaster Ram, Toastmaster Tariq. Thank you so much for participating in this session. Can we all have a big hand for both DTM GG and our participants? Now let us quickly move to the next segment. I will hand over this virtual stage back to Toastmaster Steven to conduct the next segment in the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Yatish. What a debate. So one of the debaters had sent me a private chat saying, will there be a like a winner announced for who won, whether for or against? And I straight away had told her, okay, now you know that it's a her, that there is no winning, there is no winner. And I'm grateful that it's not, because both the teams did a fantastic job. A big round of applause to both the teams once again for doing a job which is worthy of a division or a district contest debate. And thankful for, they should be honestly thankful to Yatish and Khalijan to come up with such a little bit of an easier topic. Like Toastmaster Amina had mentioned, sometimes what if you don't know much about the topic? There was no problem here. Here, I'm sure that enough debate websites have all the points for the topic. But I really enjoyed the debate. It was very well done. Now, what I'm going to do is, since I don't have time for a detailed evaluation on each speaker, I'll just say quick points about each so that it's beneficial for all. Toastmaster Arya Chitra, I've heard you speak already as the opening speaker in the past, and I can see that professionalism and that confidence in what you had said. What I really loved and what I want everyone to keep notice, she had very structured points. There was, correct me, there was biasness, there was job displacement, then there was generative AI, and there was uncontrolled autonomy. So it was very easy for me to write down these are the points because she stated the point very categorically in the beginning. So that was extremely well done. She also defined what threat means, which is quite interesting because it lays the platform for the rest of the debate. So that was also extremely well done. So I think as an opening speaker, I would literally give you 9.5 out of 10. You ticked all the boxes, and it's clear that you were already a speaker before. 2 points of improvement, not just for you, for the audience in general, is you had defined what threat means, but I think the focus of this debate was also artificial intelligence. So it would have been nice if there was maybe a one sentence explanation of what artificial intelligence was. And one of the problems that we have, and not problems, one of the ways you can really enhance your speech is when you're having 4 distinct points and you're repeating. Remember that it's like how I speak. It's a lot of words. You and I are very similar, that we are very fast speakers. In such cases, I would really recommend you, as well as other audience members also, to reiterate the topic for emphasis. Like, artificial intelligence is a threat to humanity. So towards the end of each point, reiterate the point. Let's say it's biased consciousness, job displacement, repeat the point and the topic for emphasis, because otherwise it just gets muddled amongst the points that you say. But honestly, 9.5 out of 10 was brilliant job. Now, let me quickly move on to Toastmaster Mridul. I hope he's still here. What is this AI? I don't know what is AI. Even I was hoping that I would get a definition from you as to what AI is, but unfortunately, I didn't get that. I'm just joking. Interesting way of starting the debate. Not highly recommended, but I would prefer if you stick a little bit more to the template. But what I really liked is even you also followed the structure really well. Correct me, your points was in the medical field, environmental field, and also personal health. That means the smartwatches. So you stuck to three distinct points and you gave examples. That was very well. So that means you have followed the education session and you have taken a little bit of mentorship in that field. The only point of improvement that I would give is in terms of research. Like, for example, if the point about complex surgeries, you mentioned that there is a doctor who is outside. It's a good point about medical field, but I would have preferred that because you're giving a medical related point to have research or statistics by an American, I'm not saying American, by a journal of medical studies or from any country or any renowned body, have research and statistics for each and every point, which adds a lot of value. That was not rebutted about the research point, but any point which is not backed by research, it's very easy for the rebuttal speaker to speak. But great points in terms of what I really liked is about the point about the computers and Wi-Fi, that people thought that it is going to be a reason for destruction, but it was actually it led to more jobs. I mean, the fact that you came up with that was actually well done. Okay, so now let me go on to the rebuttal speaker. That was Toastmaster Ram. It's always a pleasure to listen to you speak. One of your strengths is the fact that you're very, I've noticed in the past also that you may not be the Shashi Tharoor of public speaking, but you have the presence of mind to come up with points, even in table topics which you've attempted, and you could see that. Like when you said discrimination, where is discrimination not there? Or about cyber attacks are already there, caused by countries. How, even if AI is there or AI is not there, so the points that you were able to say was actually quite, and especially the point about the knife, was towards the end was very nice, about controlling AI. I actually smiled when you told about that point. It was extremely well done. The only point which I want to tell is, and this is just because I don't want to not criticize, it is just the points were a little bit on the repetitive run. I'll tell you what. Bias discrimination, you said, but that is already there. Job displacement, that is there, but you got more jobs. Cyber attack, it is already there. So it looks as if you're just going around the same point at the core. Like, you make a perfume, it may, there's something called the heart note. The heart note is the same for all your rebuttal. It's just that it was worded differently. So coming up with a little bit different is because you're capable of doing that, is something which I would highly recommend. But otherwise, honestly, the points were actually, it brought a smile on my face. Well done. You got really high points. Toastmaster Smitha. I don't know if she's still there or she left because she never likes listening to my evaluations, because I tend to be critical on her because she's a very seasoned speaker. Toastmaster Smitha, uh, your points, you did attack really reasonably well, especially in terms of the smartwatches. It's true, even in the Apple or the Android, because I got a watch as a gift just a few weeks back. It's written there that you need to consult a doctor. So the fact that you actually picked that out is actually quite commendable. The only 2 points which I would like to state is, number one, you mentioned about the AI ban on generative AI. I really like that point, but I felt that should have been said by the opening speaker if you wish to, because that's a new point and it was not a direct rebuttal to either the medical related point, the environment related point, or the smartwatches related point. Let's say if you had used that as part of the rebuttal point, it would have made. So this is, I'm sorry, it's how Toastmasters debate contests are. These judges tend to be quite picky. The second point is, I really like the point that you said that even though AI creates environmental benefits, there are environmental damages. And now damages, you said amount of smoke of a, let's say, aviation industry. Brilliant point. I know you wouldn't have come up with that point on the fly. It was a point researched before. Where was the research is the question. I didn't see that research in your rebuttal. You just said that it creates the same as aviation. If you had a little bit meat to that, it would have made a sense. because I know you can't make stuff up like that on this. It was researched before. Add that research, even though you are a rebuttal speaker. If you're prepared, you can add that research. So know new points and try to add research into it. The last is conclusion of both Tariq and Ajay. Tariq, I think this is the first speech that your debate you're participating in. Well done on that. The only point of improvement, no, let's say first a good point. You followed the structure reasonably well in terms of the point. You kind of mentioned almost all the points, but I felt that you were a bit slow. And because you were a bit slow in the way that you're speaking, and if you for let me just send you the word file of how the closing speaker should close. If you follow that script, you will make sure that you have enough time to say 3 points, or in case this time it was 4 points, 4 points, and then you will be able to uh, give the conclusion in a very emphatic manner. Right now, a lot of your points were eaten up because of the lack of time. So that's a little bit of a strict no-no when it comes to conclusion. Follow the script, make sure that you reiterate all the points said by your opening and your rebuttal speaker. Toastmaster Ajay, well done. I think you did mention all the points, if I'm not mistaken, of both your opening and your rebuttal speaker. I don't know how you did it, because I also felt that with your good evening introduction and first three sentences itself took 30 seconds. So I did not know how you were going to manage it. But yeah, I wrote down all the points that your speakers did speak. Well done on that. The only point which I would like to state is, and I'm glad you brought this up so I can tell it to everyone, is please make sure that you do not say, like, for example, when you were talking about, yes, there are environmental benefits. Don't even mention that. Don't even mention, yes, there are environment. So there is no benefit of AI whatsoever. It is, you should go the other extreme. Don't even say that in between. But overall, I think both the concluding speakers did justice to their role. A little bit of speed and structure will add a lot of this one. And yeah, I mean, he did mention, I think, I don't know if you were muted at thank you, Ram, muted at 3:10, but make sure that you finish within 3 minutes and 10 seconds at all points of time. Okay, now overall, before I go on to questions, thank you so much, contestants. It was an easy topic, but you guys absolutely did justice. All the opening, rebuttal, and concluding speakers, brilliant job. Really proud of you for what you've done. Area 9, if these are the contestants who are going to come, I have a lot of sympathy, empathy, and pity for the judges who will be uh, judging them. And hopefully I will not be one of them. All right, let's go through I was answering what is AI opening of the, yeah, okay, fine. So Smitha, so you, since you brought that up, make sure that you exactly claim what the opponent speaker is speaking and you rebut against that. That is okay. Fine, I'm agreeing with you. I had a question here. When will the debate topic be provided? Very good question. It depends. So Famida, the we are still waiting for the guidelines from District 127 on the debate. So based on my past experience, the debate topic is at least given a week in advance, at least a week. That being said, usually in the semifinals and the finals, the topic is given that time during the contest. So it's a little bit of a table topic sort of a situation at that point of time, which that's why Toastmaster Amina from DTC was mentioning about how do you prepare at that point of time. So if it's the group stages, usually 1 week, and hopefully it's before that, 1 to 2 weeks back, will give you enough time. But for the semifinals and finals, usually it is given at the time of the contest. So I know you'll be super happy if you qualify at the group stages, but the fun only starts at the semifinals and the finals stages. How many minutes does the opening speaker have to research on the topic? Yes. So it depends, but based on my past experience, at least 10 to 15 minutes is given for each of the teams to prepare on the topic. So 10 to 15 minutes is usually given. Is the structure like table topics on the spot? Yes, you have. Yes, it's you can say it's like table topics, but you have 10 minutes of preparation. So it's table topics mixed with research. Now, as a closing bonus, I'll just give you this. If you're given 15 minutes of preparation, let's say that you're given 15 minutes, what I would recommend is this. First half of the 15 minutes, let's say 7.5 minutes, I would want all three of you to come together and come up with points for the opening speaker. That's it. Come up with points. Let's say you have an idea generator in your team, or you ask Google, do whatever it is, find those 3 points, focus on your opening speaker, because your opening speaker sets the tone for the rest. After your 7.5 minutes, the rebuttal speaker alone, okay, can focus on what the opponent speaker is going to say. So your rebuttal speaker, then you can go out of the group, because now you have the opening and the closing speaker. They are still going to talk to each other and try to get those points. You as a rebuttal speaker, pull out of that and go to Google and search what exactly is the opponent speaker going to speak. So that way you will have enough preparation within those 15 minutes. So opening speaker and concluding speaker will focus on your stand for 15 minutes. Rebuttal speaker in your second half, make sure that you focus on what the opponent speaker is going to say. So this is just some tips and tricks which has usually worked in the past, and I would recommend that. I was speaking, he has cross-read, yes. Okay, Pranav, yes, we do have Chat GPT. Thank you for that. I'll put that in the slides for next time to use for the next education session. Thank you for that. Yes, there is Chat GPT. Apart from that, is there any other question that you would, Famida? Okay, I got a thank you from you, so I guess you did. I hope that I answered your question. Any other questions before I hand it over? I'll wait for 5 seconds as usual. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Okay. So thank you so much. And I am almost on time, 8:31. I haven't exceeded it by much. That's definitely something that I am accused of in the past by multiple people, including not Yatish. Yatish is a sweetheart, but everyone. But thank you so much, guys, for all the support. Wonderful job for the mock debate. And thank you. Lastly, thank you, Khalijan, Yatish, all Srijesh for the timing, and thank you so much for this opportunity. So all the best contestants, and I hope to see you guys in the semis, finals, and I hope I'll remember these names that are there on the screen. So thank you so much, and back to you, Toastmaster Yatish.
Thank you, Toastmaster Stephen George. I think definitely your expertise in debate will definitely help our participant in preparing well for the upcoming debate contest. Can I request everyone to unmute yourself and give a big hand to Toastmaster Stephen George for that brilliant session? Thank you so much, Toastmaster Stephen. All right. So thanks goes out to all the role players who have contributed today for the successful session. Thank you, Toastmaster Deepa, for opening the meeting. Thank you, Toastmaster Prasanna, for managing the Zoom window. Thank you, Toastmaster Srijesh, who is doing the timer role in virtual setup for the first time. Thank you so much for doing it fantastically. Big thanks goes out to all our participants of mock debate, Toastmaster Mridul, Toastmaster Ram, Toastmaster Tariq from Dreams Toastmasters Club, Toastmaster Ajay, Toastmaster Arya, and Toastmaster Soumya from SSY Toastmaster Club. Thank you so much. Thank you, DTM Gigi, for helping us in leading the mock debate session. Thank you so much. And thank you to our division director, Toastmaster Soumya, for all your support and encouragement. And now let me quickly hand over the stage to our dashing area director, Toastmaster Collision, to address us and close the meeting. Over to you, Toastmaster Collision.
Wow, what a session. Let us all please give a big round of applause to Toastmaster Yatish for conducting this amazing segment today. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yatish. If you all know, from the day it was announced that the division will be conducting their contest maybe in the first week of November, that was on August 12th, we had the division council meeting, and it was Toastmaster Yatish who actually asked me, let's do an education session from Area 9. And amazing, within 2 weeks, you were able to arrange this. Hats off to you and the area council team. Thank you so much for this. I'm 100% sure everyone has benefited from this. Thank you, DTM Stephen, for this education session. Thank you once again. Yatish has already thanked you all. It is not enough. DTM Gigi, Toastmaster, all the thank you so much, Mridul, Smitha, Toastmaster. Amazing. It was like, area content. Thank you. So all please be prepared. Let's have the club contest as soon as possible. Block your calendars. The Area 9 contest will be on the 22nd of October. It will be online and it will be in the morning hours. The rules and guidelines will be released soon. However, the club is already having the facility to conduct the contest as you as you have experienced today during the debate education session. So please arrange your debate contest and let's declare who all will be giving their names for the area contest. And yes, let the battle begin. All the best to all of you. Thank you once again. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. I would like to close the meet with this. Thank you so much.